I'm Niko.
And I'm Kenzo.
We're sailing around the world on our boat for 4 years with our family and 8 crew members. It has been 2 years and we have many more places to see.
This is our boat, Antares. She's a 130-foot sailing yacht.
The trip first started in
Wait! Let me show you where we have been since the start of our trip. We first started from Palma, Spain, and took off to the Atlantic Ocean. Then we went to the Caribbean. From there, we went to the Panama Canal. We then went to the Galapagos Islands.
And from there, we went all around French Polynesia. We traveled to Fiji, then we went south to New Zealand, then we went to the Solomon Islands, then to Papua New Guinea, and into Indonesia, where we are now. One thing we love doing on board is to go diving. We enjoy exploring and seeing the amazing underwater world next door.
We prepared to go diving on board, such as putting our wetsuits on, and once we're ready, we load all the dive gear into our tender.
The tender is basically our family car, and we use it to explore and take us to dive sites.
On that note, let's go diving. One interesting thing that I have seen are big, magnificent animals, known as manta rays. Manta rays glide through the water gracefully with their giant wings. Reef mantas, such as the one in the photo, can have wingspans of 12 feet, but some species of manta rays, such as the oceanic manta ray, can have a wingspan of 26 feet. Our experiences with mantas have been amazing. For example, let's look at how mantas feed. One way mantas feed is to do barrel rolls. Their behavior with barrel rolls is a technique to help them feed on plankton, maximizing the amount of food they could eat. Mantas usually feed on microscopic plankton. These are mobula rays, not manta rays. Mobulas and mantas are very close cousins. Mobulas have a wingspan of approximately 12 feet and can travel up to 13 miles per hour. Because mobulas mostly feed on smaller fish, unlike the mantas, their filter-feeding cousins, their hunting technique is that they casually come close and then strike as fast as they can.
Sharks, bloodthirsty monsters, always looking for... Wait a minute, did you know that you are more likely to be struck by lightning than being attacked by a shark? You might think about a shark that looks like this, but we saw sharks of all sizes. One time, we went to an atoll called Fakarava in French Polynesia. There were so many sharks there. At the time we were there, scientists recorded up to 700 black-tip reef sharks in the South Passage. Black-tip reef sharks are around 5 feet long. We got to watch them and even swim through them. The sharks come to this area to feed on spawning groupers that come to this place every year. The next interesting shark experience takes place in Fiji. We got to go diving in Bengal Lagoon to see bull shark feeding. Bull sharks can get up to 8 feet long. The local dive guys would feed the sharks tuna heads. The sharks eat the tuna heads whole because they do not have teeth evolved for chewing. Another notable shark experience is when we went great white shark cage diving. These big fellows can get up to 21 feet. This experience took place in Port Lincoln, Australia. The great white sharks were attracted to the boat using burley. Burley is old pieces of fish that are thrown into the water and then brought back using a rope tied to the piece of fish. Each of the sharks had a different personality. Some liked to check out the cage and some didn't. Some try and get the burley and forget that there's a cage in their way.
Cute, cuddly cephalopods. They all have a foot that evolved into tentacles. These animals include the octopus, the squid, the nautilus, and the cuttlefish. Cuttlefish are about 1.5 feet long. Most cephalopods, such as octopus, squid, and cuttlefish, can change color using cells known as chromatophores. Imagine pigments or sacs filled with ink. When the chromatophore contracts or relaxes, the ink inside either expands or shrinks, allowing for different colors to reflect. When I first saw this, I thought it was a floating rock. That's how good they are at camouflaging into their environment. Next, the berry bobtail squid, my personal favorite. I found it once on a night dive in Raja Ampat, and it was so hard to find again. What? You can't see it? That's because it's a little smaller than an inch. Because the bobtail squid doesn't change color a lot for camouflage, they instead bury themselves. Literally. This video I took of the bobtail squid burying itself was so cool. Because their skin is sticky, it can grab sand with 2 tentacles and it can cover its body.
Thanks for
Dolphin!
Where?
You can't see it! It's right there!
Where's Wolf?